What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So, as I recommended to some of you guys, go ahead and take the holidays off, but I'm going to still keep making videos for those of you who are interested. I'm going to be personally working through the holidays uh, as I see an opportunity in cryptocurrency that I've kind of waited for all my life. And so, I'm going to be involved in it, and I'm going to be making videos. For those of you who are still looking for videos, but I am going to recommend to the majority of you to enjoy your holiday and take this time to relax, especially for the newbies, because it can be overwhelming, it can cause stress, and when you're with your family, it's best to just kind of relax. And I've been working in tech now for 5 years, so I'm used to it. By the time Christmas comes around, it really slows down. Like universally in tech, from about December 20th to January 3rd, the whole tech industry shuts down. And from about November to December 20th, thereabouts, it's a surge. That's just been my history in tech. Like the best time of the year is Q4 for tech, especially in advertising and marketing, because it's the lead up to Christmas with the Black Friday. And most businesses always on Black Friday they'll be in red the whole year, and then they'll go right into the green, or as they say, into the black, right then on the Christmas holiday, starting on Black Friday. So it's just kind of interesting how that exists. But we're all being forced into the usual cycle that always happens around Christmas, where things slow down. Like I said, I'm going to still continue making videos because you guys are asking me to. If at any point you guys ask me to stop making videos, then I'll stop making videos and I'll go out and have fun, because then there's no real demand for videos. But I still am going to have fun. Don't worry about me. I'm still going to go out there, get out in nature, go to the beach, whatever I can do to chill out, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the cryptocurrency market as we see it. So it's back over $500 billion. We'll see how it stays there. I'm waiting for it to break 550. If it breaks 550, that would be like a huge thing from my perspective. If it breaks 450, then that's a huge thing also, but it's in the opposite direction of 550, so it'd be meaning we still have room to go down if it goes to 450. But 550 is my number to say if we're at 550, if we hit 550 here, then that's cool. So I'm going to answer some questions, and let's go ahead and dig in here and see what you guys are asking. So I've got Jess. He's saying picked up some Verge, Vertcoin, PivX, and Burst at a massive discount. Buy the dip. Best advice ever. Jeff, I'm taking your advice. We should seriously think about taking a break and focus on things outside of crypto for a bit. That's true, Robert. So let's take a look at this Burst coin. So there's actually a lot of people who are talking about Burst, and I went and saw what's up with Burst. Now, I do like the overall what I'm seeing here, but remember, it's at an all-time high, guys. I remember in September there was coins that were at all-time highs, while everything else was in the red. There was a select few coins. The coins that are like in the green right now, they really stand out, right? So Burst being that coin that's in the green when everything else is in the red and being way up like it is, kind of stands out to people, but that's not the time to buy. So if I just go back in time, share with you the historical from September, because remember, 4 months in crypto is like a year, maybe even like 3 years. But let's just say there was ARK, for example. I remember back in September, ARK was a cryptocurrency that was up when everything else was down. And I mean, ARK hasn't really done anything too impressive. I think it was at like $3. Let's just look at the September price. See here, you can see right here, this was when the China FUD was out. You can see ARK was at like $4 when everything else was taking a beating. And then, so it hasn't really done too much since then, but it came up on the radar because everything was in the red except for ARK. So still a cool project, and it definitely came up on the radar for me, but it hasn't done too much. But people would have bought in at $4 and watched it pull back, you see. So same kind of thing with Burst. I think it's definitely It's definitely now on my radar. I like the circulating supply. I like the max supply. I love the market cap. It's not very high, so even if you did buy at these prices, there's still a lot of room to grow with that market cap. I mean, that's what I'm really looking at is the market cap, because if I compare it to other cryptocurrencies in the same space that are over $1 billion, I'm like, well, there's potentially 10 times gains here with Burst, right? But we shouldn't FOMO and jumping at all-time highs, because that's just a core understanding that we have, is that we shall not do that, because if we do, then we're setting ourselves up, if it pulls back, to be stuck in at a high. And like I said, this does have room to grow. So I would suggest adding it to your favorites list and watch and see if it pulls back to, I don't know, 3 cents, and try and buy in at 3 cents instead of 5. So don't FOMO into anything right now, guys. Okay, so let's take a look here. So I posted this most recent right here. Here we go. I posted it. This guy, he's tripping out, or he's kind of upset. Turning on notifications for McAfee now. That's smart. Just shows you need to keep calm and buy low and sell high. Okay, yeah, it's true. Lil did that before he mentioned Verge. It's at an all-time high. Add to radar. Don't FOMO. That's what I said. So when I'm saying it's at an all-time high, that's what I mean. I mean, like, don't buy in at an all-time high, but add it to your radar. So because we post something that's way up, that's part of the dynamic that's been taking place here. You guys see something in the green, you're like, oh, I gotta buy in, because you're having the fear of missing out. So we're gonna have to reiterate that again. When you see it in the green, that's not the time to buy. That's the time to add it to your radar, and then set a price point to enter. But you have to be patient with that. You have to be patient with your buys. You have to be patient with your sells. You have to be patient with your holds. So you don't buy at all-time highs. When something says it's up 784%, you don't just all of a sudden jump back in. Now, if you do jump into Burst, and it's proven that it's just stabilized, if it stabilizes and you see a chart where it's like this for a week or two, then it's an entry point, okay? But still, it just now peaked. It could pull back right after the market recovers. People take profit and go into another coin. So give it about a week or two to stabilize at these prices if it's found a new home at the 5 cent range. But if it pulls back, if you buy now and then it pulls back to 3 cents, then you're going to be like, what the heck did I just do? Why do I keep losing trades? Well, it's because you keep buying high. It's really a simple understanding, and that's why we're doing these videos for you guys. So let's keep looking here. Any other information? Well, if I had Polonius account, I would have bought before the herd, but I'm not putting my SSN into any exchange ever. Okay. So here I retweeted a tweet from Michael Novogratz. If you're not already following Michael Novogratz, you should. Looks to me like a short-term top is in. My hunch is consolidate between 10 to 16K for a while. Extreme would be 8K. Bull market isn't over, just pausing. So if you follow John McAfee, you might like to follow Michael Novogratz. That's Novogratz. That's what you type in, Novogratz. He's with Fortress and Galaxy. So, yeah, I think it's good that you guys get on Twitter if you're not already, so that you can stay in touch. The YouTube videos are clutch. They're crucial because you get insights that way. But also having that notification stuff with Twitter is really important. And if you guys don't want to follow all these people, you can just follow us at altcoinbuzz.io. Just remember the IO at the end, altcoinbuzz.io. And we'll try to keep you guys updated. So I'm just putting this out there because Twitter is a great resource for us to use. Now, if we go right here to the market, we'll take a look at what's going on. We see it at 509. Let's take a look again. Remember, we're looking for it to punch through 550. At least I'm looking for it to punch through 550. But being that these just went into the red, yeah, okay. See, so these will turn green, then they'll turn red, but it has to be a prolonged, sustainable green, and that's what's concerning, is the fact that we're just not seeing that. And it'll punch through. The thing that I'm trying to understand is what whales it's like some whales are trying to punch money back in there to get other whales to punch back in, but we're just not getting the whale punch because the whales are out on their private island drinking eggnog, and they're taking their holiday, like the rest of us should be, right? I mean, unless they've probably got their algorithm set. The algorithm, all it says is like, that's how Wall Street does it. Wall Street's gotten to the point where they don't even need to watch the market anymore. They just set the algorithm to look for the signal. Once the algorithm gets the signal, these guys don't even have to know anything. All they get is a notification that the algorithm's been activated and that the sale went through. They get the notification that the algorithm was triggered by the market's signal. I'm saying that's how they do it. I don't know if they have algorithms for cryptocurrency yet, but when you hear like Goldman Sachs coming in and Chicago Board of Exchange and all this stuff, you know that those guys are going to be bringing with them algorithms. But as a human using human consciousness, you can outpace the algorithm, but you're going to need to do data research. You're gonna need to do data. Okay, you're gonna need to mine data, and because the algorithm doesn't have human consciousness, but you can think like the algorithm, and then you can use human consciousness, which can more often than not, you can potentially get a leg up because of that human consciousness. Now, algorithms can calculate scientifically faster than you can, but you can kind of put your finger on the pulse with your human consciousness. So. But you're gonna need data. Now, someone earlier had told me that they have. I got to go back in my notifications here. Someone told me they have a website where there's really strong data. Someone told me there's really strong data. Hang on one second. I'm looking for this. See, here's another one talking about the burst coin. See. Because burst is at all-time highs. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for. Well, someone made a comment about a place where I can get the data. I know you guys are trying to help me get the data, and I appreciate that because I need a site that has the data. Because, like I was saying, once we start crunching the data, we can get ahead of these algorithms that Wall Street's bringing in. Like that's basically the Now here's the thing. There's like a multitude of different things that you got to do to keep up with Wall Street and stay ahead, which you can do. You can stay ahead of Wall Street, guys. I'm telling you, you can, but you're going to need data. If you're not backing it up with data, you're going to have a hard time. So you need to have like gut feelings, which is like, intuition. You're going to have data, and you're going to have, support from, your peers in a sense that you're going to have to know what the communities are saying. So like Verge, for example, Verge has a big community. So Verge has kind of been resilient towards this correction that we've had. Verge is still sitting pretty, it's pulled back off 15 cents. For those of you who bought at all-time highs, you've now learned why you don't buy at all-time highs. It actually hit 16 cents just 2 days ago. But, pulled down to as low as 7 cents. I don't know. Verge so far appears to be fairly resilient, but obviously if the market keeps dipping like it has been, then I don't think anything can really be resilient because the whole market's going to pull down. Even something like Burst, with its unsustainable growth, will eventually come toppling down, which means that you'll be happy you didn't buy at an all-time high. Because Burst could easily, because you saw people are talking about Burst right now because it's up. See, Burst, if you bought at 5 cents, it's already at 4 cents now. So we're not buying at all-time highs. We're adding this to the radar. So when this turns the corner, goes above 550, and if it keeps accelerating past 550, then we'll start taking a look at what we really think of Burst. But you saw it was over $90 million market cap. Now it's back under 90 million. So you guys are getting a hands-on, real look at applying principle to trading strategy. And one of the things that we have to understand about trading strategy, even though the principles are fairly similar, we also have to be flexible. realizing that we're in uncharted territories. The cryptocurrency market is brand new. We're in a bear market, seeing all-time highs. We don't know how high it's going to go, when it's going to get there. So we're just sitting in uncharted territory. And with that, you have to really lean on the principles that exist prior to that, but realize we're in a new paradigm where new principles are being written. And the old principles are still going to apply. Buy low, sell high. And we're on a dip with a lot of current cryptocurrencies. So you guys are asking me, hey Jeff, what's some good buys? What are you looking at that are in some good buy range? And let's take a look at that. This right here. If you've been looking to get into IOTA, add it to your radar. If it goes below $3, that's a major buying opportunity for IOTA. I'm not going to get Litecoin at this price, but no, I'm not getting Litecoin at that price. Especially with Charlie Lee selling all of his positions. As you know, I've already told you, I've mostly been acquiring Bitcoin. Me personally, I'm only looking at Bitcoin. That's it, as far as buying right now. Now that could change if I start seeing some amazing deals. I'm already in my IOTA position, so I'm not jumping into IOTA right now. But for some of you who've been interested in IOTA, that might be something to consider. But I do recommend to hold, although some of you guys are really looking to buy the dip, so I'm putting out my opinions on some of these coins. This Waves, it's been strong. It's off its highs. It's on a dip. So because it's on a dip, the rule is going to apply to that. Salt, it's on a dip. And I'm looking at the 7-day. Looking at what's in the 7-day dip. Vertcoin, major dip. All right. Vertcoin. I was getting Vertcoin below $5, so I'm still not on the loss. But Vertcoin has a community behind it that supports Vertcoin, and it's growing. I might actually consider getting into Vertcoin if it goes back below $5 again, personally. Redcoin's still up massive. It's kind of been resilient. And the community in Redcoin has grown. Ethos, Einsteinium, major dip, but that's a major dip for Einsteinium. If you were trying to get an Einsteinium. Request network. Got my eye on this one. Navcoin. Interesting. Sonum. Sonum's resilient. That's cool. Ubic. Still up. Which is good if you're in it, but not if you're trying to get back in. Kin. People are talking about Kin. I'm staying away from Kin. QuantStamp. Here's old Burst right here. I'm not buying Burst at an all-time high. Sorry, guys. Centra. This is odd. This is odd. I'm not so sold on that. I mean, I realize it could go up to $20. I don't know, but I do know that they're under some heat with a class action lawsuit. And so you guys were asking me if you guys should sell at 80 cents. I said yes, and I sold mine at 80 cents after I bought in at 30 cents because they're taking a lot of heat. They're under a class action lawsuit. So I've got, what, 1,374 other coins to look at. So I'm not really big on trying to FOMO action into Centra, and I'll take my 3 times gains. You know what I mean? There's other projects out there besides that one. And if you're trying to get into that one, just look at 10x. Like, I don't know what that is. Wabi. See these new coins? Now, I am keeping an eye on the new coins. And let's talk about that, actually. So, recently added. Wax. I participated in that ICO. It's down a lot. That one, I'm going to probably get back in. That's a huge one. I participated in that ICO. Simple Token. Decent price for simple token. Where's ETHLend? I'm so glad I didn't FOMO into any of these, because I was looking to FOMO into some of them for sure. Let's see what else. Where's ETHLend? There's Wabi. Nice. Wabi's at a nice price point. There's a lot of sales here, but I'm not really buying in right now. Oh, pre-search into any of these right now because the fees for transferring Bitcoin are way too high. Let's see, ETHLend. I just want to get some info on ETHLend. I'll keep checking the Bitcoin fees. If these deals keep getting better and better on these altcoins, and Bitcoin fees are not as out, because if I buy Bitcoin right now and I pay $35 for a Bitcoin fee, I could get, that's how much could I get for $35 in Bitcoin fees? How much could I get with this? So I'd have to be buying like $1,000 worth of these to really justify that fee, because otherwise I'm really just buying at 5 cents. You know, if I put $200 into this, say, and I pay a $17 fee on Coinbase to purchase it, then I pay a $30 network fee. What am I really buying this at? So is it really at a deal if I'm having to pay these outrageous fees with Bitcoin? You know, I'd rather just buy the Bitcoin, pay the fee, and get the real good deal on the Bitcoin and wait for the fees to go down, instead of try to, you know, get this great deal and then I wait for Bitcoin's price to go up from, you know, 13,000 or 12,000, wherever it's sitting at when I buy it. I'll wait, you know, I'm talking about the next time. Right now, like if I was to buy Bitcoin right now, get it at, you know, obviously Coinbase marks everything by like 150, so it's probably sitting at about 13,500 on Coinbase right now. So if I buy it there, I'll wait for it to go up, you know, maybe $16,000, $17,000. Wait for the network fees to go back by that time. Then I wouldn't anticipate that ETHLend would go above 6 cents. Probably might stay at 5 cents. Then I would have improved my purchasing power and not taken the fees and got more ETHLend out of the deal instead of trying to rush into a sale here. The only time it might be valuable to, it's really a tough situation. We're kind of up against the wall. That's why hold's really the only option in Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin and hold. It's the only real option. Like these other coins, because even if you have Bitcoin on the exchange, more than likely you would be losing value on your Bitcoin, especially if you bought it over $13,000. If you bought Bitcoin, if you got into Bitcoin, let's say you had Verge, right? Let's say you had 200,000 Verge, and you sold Verge at 10 cents, and you put it into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at 17,000. So why would you take the Bitcoin that you bought at 17,000, now sitting at 13,320, and fork it into a ETHLend? You know, so you'd automatically be losing liquidity or value in your Bitcoin by doing that, just to get into another position with ETHLend. Unless you think that unless you're super bullish on ETHLend or another cryptocurrency like ETHLend. So it's better to just hold and not try to jump into anything, because we don't even know where the bottom of ETHLend is yet. See, 12.9. See, so we don't know where Bitcoin's going, even if we look at the 7-day here. Let's look at the 24-hour. See, it's been as low as 12,000, or it's 11,000. Mike Novogratz on Twitter, he said extreme would be 8K. He doesn't think we'll go any lower than 8K. When was the last time we were at 8K? We were at 8K this time 1 month ago. So 30 days ago, we were at 8K. I don't know where he got 8K from. I would say that's 5,500. I mean, I would say that's a low price because we've already broken through resistance at 13.4. So we already broke through that resistance. The next resistance would be 9, around the $9,000 mark. I don't know where he got 8K. Maybe he's talking about right here. I guess that's a low right there, 8,000. So it's already broken. If you just look at how much resistance it's broken, it broke that resistance, it broke that resistance, and now it's approaching this resistance right here, which is the $10,000 range. And the sirens, awesome thing about living in the city, right? Along with the lawnmowers. I don't know if you guys can hear the lawnmowers in the background. So there you go, guys. Like I said, I am tracking what you guys are talking about on Twitter. I'm trying to stay on that with you guys. So Altcoin Buzz IO, follow us here. I'm trying to stay up to date with you guys, communicate, trying to answer all your questions to the best of my ability. Just remember, I'm just one person, and all we're doing is having a conversation. I'm not a professional. This is not professional financial consultation or anything like that. What we are doing is we are looking to communicate and keep the communication lines open so that we know, so that we can provide basically a support system in our community. Thanks, guys, for watching. You can subscribe if you're new here. If you've been subscribed and you need notifications, go ahead and hit that bell, and we'll talk to you later.